Okay, so now we've got all of the bars placed on there after my son told me and informed me that I had them in the wrong place. We had to start over again. So, you know, everybody screws up. I screwed up. I took care of it. So we got two bars on each side of the cage. And we left the front side open because we're going to do something different with that here in a little bit. But that's so far what we got. I went around with my hot glue and just kind of filled in the areas that looked like they needed a little bit of filling in to make it look like it was one continuous weld, or however you want to look at it, to make it look a little bit more convincing. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take some longer pieces. Where did I set that longer piece? That ain't it. Hold on just a second and we'll get that longer piece. Here it is. We're going to take our longer piece, and all I did was basically just cut this right off the bottom of the hanger, just the whole bottom section, so that I could measure out where I need it. And we're going to put this up under these and glue them in place like that. First we need to get our length. And once we get the length, we can cut them all to shape. And like any good cooking show, I've already pre-cut myself some, so we can go ahead with the gluing. So we'll just line that up towards the center somewhere there. Take our hot glue gun and just glue it down with a good strip right there to start with. And then we'll come back in like we did with the other ones and fill in the edges from where it dripped and make it a little bit more convincing. So after we get that done, we'll come right back and move on with the rest of it. Okay, now that we've got all the other three sides glued in, I don't know if you can see that real well, but I went back in with the glue gun, did a little bit of extra work, just heated some areas up, making them look a little bit more like they're welds for when we get done painting. Got all three sides completed. One thing I did miss telling you in the beginning is once we get all these pieces in like this, we're going to go in with the heat gun and just do on the front and back some glue, kind of like that, on the outside here and on the inside back here. And that'll help the joints stay together. It'll keep them from hopefully flexing a little bit. It'll also give a little bit more stability to the entire cage unit once it's all said and done. So we'll go ahead and get that done and we'll be right back. Okay, now we got the middle bars, I guess you would call them, the cross beams, all glued together on all three sides. And we left this front side open so that we can make that the cage opening. And like Alan said with his cage, what he has done is he's taken little bits of the actual hangers and cut those off and use those for the outside of the cage that's going to be busted open. And something that we noticed with ours is, I don't know if you can see that, is that rounded end just doesn't look too convincing. So we went ahead and just snipped that end off and it becomes a lot more convincing as being broken. You can also use some of your leftover scrap pieces and put a bar in there, cut it after you glue it in, cut it, and then use the heat gun to just kind of melt them up and push them out of the way. And I didn't believe Alan, but I'll tell you what, he's a smart man when it comes to builds. This coat hanger material flexes real well once heated up. It doesn't take very long. It's very, very, very simple to work with. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue a couple of pieces up here, and then we'll come back and cut them and show you how the heat gun works and how well it takes off. So we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, now we're back. We got a couple of the actual hanger pieces. We connected those, cut them down a little bit further, made that one a little bit longer. There we go. And made this one here a little bit shorter. That way it just kind of gives the illusion that these two pieces were broken from one piece. Now we're going to clip these two center pieces, and where you clip them is entirely up to you. You don't want it to look too symmetrical, so I'm going to clip this one right about the middle there, and we went ahead and glued them just to kind of hold them into place. And then we're going to clip this one down this way a little bit further, and now you don't have to worry about that illusion of is it one whole piece. You do have one whole piece here. Might get a little bit noisy, so we'll try and turn the volume down here, and I won't talk much, but what we're going to do is just heat it a little bit in one place and bend it back, bend it to the side, bend it however you think would look the best to you. Don't necessarily have to follow me, and I'm sure Alan would say the same thing. Don't follow him, use your own creativity. So here we go. And with like with anything else that you heat up, just take your spray bottle of water to help your cool down a little bit faster and spray that booger. And we'll bend the next few of these up like that, and we'll get back with you and show you how the project's coming along.